So I got 10 minutes before work, and this video is 10 minutes, so we're gonna be reacting to this. So let's go into the video. I need more steering. Ooh, airport. Well, airports are expensive. Though my
Okay, so flying
sausages
home,
are
I
hard.
tried to pack super light with just my backpack. I don't have a carry-on or anything, but I, of course, had a little too many clothes. So this right here, this little bagoo, this Snoopy bagoo that I got for my birthday is going to be my carry-on. But what I really wanted to talk about in today's video while I travel home is something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, and that's the idea of why people should start a YouTube channel, or why people should vlog, and why people should be filming, learning these hobbies, taking photos, documenting, and vlogging their life.
Okay.
So first of all, just speaking from experience about myself, I feel like picking up a camera and filming things has been one of the best things that has ever happened to me. And I'll tell you why in two concise points. Number one, I feel like it genuinely has just made me more appreciative of my own life. By filming a day or filming whatever I'm up to in my life and then sitting down afterwards for 10 hours editing that video, trying to put out a cool version, a
That's
cool
not for
snippet
everybody.
in my own creative style
I
of
will
what
say
I
that's not for
lived,
everyone.
it makes me reflect on my day in a way that I normally wouldn't do. Unless you put aside time at the end of your day to journal or reflect, you rarely ever go back and think about what happened and how that's affecting you on a day-to-day basis. So by doing this, in a way, I almost feel more aware of what's going on in my life because I can actually see the progress day by day, video by video of what I'm working towards, and I can see that slow progression of my life. And my second point is that idea of romanticizing your life, which I know was super popular on like TikTok and Instagram Reels a while ago. And overall, that idea is kind of silly, but in the end, I think it's still really important to romanticize your life. Because I really do think that the coolest stories that you could tell are real life stories from real people's lives, things that people have actually lived through and experienced. Those are what I would say are the best stories. So in a way, if you're doing something like this, filming yourself, vlogging, documenting your life, you are romanticizing your life and telling the real stories in your
Bro,
life.
I don't
And the
know how
actual
a 9 to
positive
5
effects
is
that can have on your
romanticized
mental
life.
health while you're going through your day, I think is immense. Okay, flight leaves in a little bit here, so I should get to my gate. Last time, how I got between the apartment and the airport was I took an Uber, and I will not tell you guys how much that Uber was because I'm not super proud of it, but I had to because of timing. So today I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take public transport, take the subway or the L, I guess they call it in Chicago, and transfer to a bus. I'll spend like $2 instead of like selling my kidney to Uber. Wish me luck.
Wait, but like, bro, for real, like, okay, like, I guess I understand what he's saying, but like, we're like a 9 to 5 person. I don't know how they're gonna romantic. like, okay, today I worked my job. Then I went to the gym. Then I ate and went to sleep. I really don't know how you're gonna romanticize that. Like, yeah, I got up, took a shower, I ate.
Okay, I just have to find the right
I
train now,
worked.
and then take that train to the right stop,
You're gonna have to
and then
teach
find the
me.
right bus. Hop on that bus, and then take that bus to the right stop. And if everything goes according to plan and I don't miss anything, I'll be home in the next hour and a half. Man, I love big cities, but growing up in a small city where the commute from the airport to home was literally like 7 minutes, this is always crazy.
Yeah, like I don't know what you are supposed to do with that romanticization. I think it's okay to live in normalcy, but you're living a normal life. So romanticization's not. I think he needs like to have the sense of like.
Alright guys, it is 9 p.m. right now. 9 p.m. and I've just gotten off the
Get out
bus and walking
mundanity.
home now. Kind of crazy. I thought I was going to be home a lot earlier than this. I thought the transit would be a lot faster, but I was incredibly wrong. Way too optimistic. Way too optimistic. I think in the end, actually, my flight ended up being shorter than just my time spent on public transit on both ends, which is kind of funny because the public transit on both ends costs like $5 total and the flight cost a lot more than 5. But I'm excited to be back in Chicago. On the topic of what I was talking about earlier when it comes to starting a vlog and why I think people should think about documenting their life in this way, something that came to me that I didn't think about before when I was sitting on the bus was the idea of community. Building a new and strong community and finding like-minded people. I think the internet is like a great tool for meeting new people. This past week when I was in New York, I actually met up with 2 other creators, and one of them was through Instagram and making these videos. We both make videos, so if there wasn't that connection, there would actually be no way that I would ever meet that guy. So if we weren't both in this space doing this, making similar types of videos, documenting our lives, neither of us probably would have reached out to each other, and we never would have crossed paths in our lives. And that's only one example of that, because if you think about all the people that you connect with through followers, through comments, DMs, likes and shares and stuff like that, every time you post something to the internet, it has the chance to gather like millions of views. And in doing so, I think it has helped me realize that I am not like completely alone in my journey. I am not special
That
at
could be
all,
0.
which I actually mean in like the best possible way, because when I first started out, I thought that I was like the only kid walking around, making these kinds of videos. But then once you start actually looking on the internet, you realize that there's a lot of people doing this kind of stuff. A lot of people living similar lives to me, a lot of people on similar paths in life as myself. For example, I'm an engineering student who also likes to do this creative stuff on the side, and I am not alone in that line of work. So by doing this, I'm able to build like a new community around the things that I like to do around my journey, and in turn, I get to meet really cool people. So I think that's another really powerful part on why you should think about starting a vlog series.
Yeah, if you start it like when you're in college, it probably
Guess how
works.
long that travel took all
When
in
you're in
all.
like a nine
For
to
your
five,
reference, Chicago and New York are like an hour and a half apart flight time. It took 8 hours. From the moment I left my sister's in New York to the moment I stepped into the apartment here, it took more than 8 hours. Of course, I'm super lucky to have the ability and have the privilege to be able to travel around and make videos and have fun, so I'm not complaining about traveling, but I am a little tired. Okay, so it is pretty late now. It's about like 9 p.m., almost 10, and I haven't really eaten anything in a while. I had like the snacks on the airplane, but that's about it. Also, about the snacks
snacks.
on the
They give you
airplane,
one
usually you don't
cracker.
really have a choice. Every time I fly, it's like you get like a cookie or some
Yeah,
pretzel or something. But today they asked me if I wanted chips, cookies, almonds, or a granola bar, and I was like thinking about it, and then the guy beside me said, I'll take one of each. And I was actually shocked because I didn't know you could do that, so I just said, same for me, and they actually gave it all to me, so
that's
I
crazy.
didn't know you could do that. I guess that's kind of silly. Of course you can do that. You can get all the snacks you want, but also for the first
No,
time in a very long time, I got bumped up from
it
like
depends on the
poor economy in the
person.
back to slightly less poor economy, like a little bit in the front with like a few extra inches of legroom. So I was at the
Dang, it is.
Chipotle and I didn't hit record. I thought I did. I missed the button. The guy working there who made my bowl was asking me about my camera and was just asking for like recommendations on any type of camera he should grab because he wanted to shoot photos and videos of his car. And I'd like to think that I know a few things about cameras, so I gave him like off the top what I thought was a nice beginner camera, which is the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II, which just came out. Crazy camera if you're trying to upgrade from like iPhone to an actual camera. But it's funny because that's literally what I was just talking about, how you can build a community through doing this kind of stuff. Like he just saw that I was recording him making the burrito, and then he just asked me, hey, what do you do? And I just mentioned that I make YouTube videos, and we had a nice little chat there, and we're both smiling at the end of the day. It's nice. People see the camera, and it's like nice and fun.
I think it also depends
So
which
when
location.
I first had the genius idea to pick up a camera and start making YouTube videos, I was a kid. And the decision, the motivation, the inspiration to start vlogging initially was just because I was watching YouTube and I thought that it looked really cool and that I wanted to try for myself. And there was no way I could have seen that me making those first couple vlogs was going to turn into me making these vlogs now. Granted, those vlogs that I made when I was like 12 were terrible and they had no views, no viewers, but it was the act of picking up the camera, or I guess back then it was my like iPhone, that led to all of this. And since then, the entire hobby of making videos, video creation, has been introduced into my life. And additionally, career-wise, for a little bit of time, for I think a summer and in total maybe like less than a year, I was actually doing a lot of freelance gigs. So that meant that my actual job, my source of income, was shooting video for clients. And this was like clubs, restaurants, bars, and people, and really any gig that I could get my hands on. But without picking up my camera back when I was 13, vlogging, starting out a vlog, I never would have had these opportunities. So I think that's another reason why I think that vlogging is so important to me, and why I think that everyone else should pick up a camera and start documenting their lives, because you don't even know what you don't know and what you could experience in your life. I keep saying this, but when I started out, I had no idea what was going to happen. I would never have thought that I would have made money from this camera. I never thought that I'd be able to travel and do this stuff and do it during school and put money in my pocket to like pay for tuition. And looking back, there's nothing that I would change about how I started making videos. I hope this was a little bit of insight.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, I think it just depends on everyone's journey. I know if this was in my area, it depends on the person because, like, like if I was at my fast food restaurant place and recording, they would be like, "Oh heck, nah, you can't be recorded." They would, "Why are you trying to record me?" Like, not, "Oh, cool, please record me." So again, it's each their own type of thing. So, but I think that's a positive mindset. I have more of a negative, pessimistic mindset, but like he's more up there, and I'm more down there. So like, also probably influences. So like, and also he's younger, so I think it's like he has more opportunity. I had to be more like the 9 to 5 mindset, know, provide first and then have more hobbies there. Like the I get what he's talking about with the vlogs and diaries, but like, like there's more opportunities to have like more crazy stuff going on while you're in college than just when you're like doing your 9 to 5. Like maybe when I was in college, like, oh my goodness, look at what I'm doing. Yes, but not now. Anywho, thank you all. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.